The Dad's Report, channel 108. The only channel you need to watch, the only channel you need to see, except the channels you watch and channels I see. Not here to impress, only here to express. Today is Friday, the 27th of June 2025. Soon be Christmas 2033, soon be Easter 2040, after which the vapor canopy will return. It's a beautiful day here in Boston Woods. I'm taking as much sun as I possibly can, take full advantage of it. And last week was an amazing event at the anti-geoengineering rally, organised by Matt Lamb. Hats off and big shout out to all the people organising that event. Met up with him, chatted. I didn't really chat to Matt Lamb when I shook hands with him. I saw Christmas Sheep Farm, had a bit of a chat with him, met up with Daz Nesbitt, had a bit of a chat with him. Not for the first time, I've met Daz Nesbitt on a few occasions throughout the years. I met him on the streets of Manchester. I bumped into him by chance randomly. Just after I went flat, you know. I saw his Flat Earth video and it rocked my world. And then I saw him a few weeks later in Manchester. I was just walking along Market Street and I wondered to myself, I wonder if I bump into Darren Nesbitt. Just a thought popped into my head because I knew he was from Manchester, right? And I saw a guy with a beard sitting back, it was just outside Piccadilly Station at first. It looks exactly like Darren Nesbitt. And I looked again, it wasn't, and it's not him. I was mad, I thought I was mad because I was thinking about Darren Nesbitt and I see a guy that looks like him. And then as I'm walking down Market Street, I see another guy that looks like Darren Nesbitt, busking, playing his guitar. And he just finished and he was taking some money off somebody, saying thanks. And I went up to him and I said, are you Darren Nesbitt by any chance? He says, yeah. And that was it. We had a bit of a chat with him. And he told me about the Project Bluebeam in the fake alien invasion. Anyway, I've met him twice since then at anti-lockdown protests in London on two separate occasions, two separate marches. And this is my fourth time I've met him in the flesh at this rally in Hyde Park. And yeah, I had a chat to him again. And again, he brought up the idea of the fake alien invasion, and of which I said to him, can't bring it on, I can't wait till they do that one. That'd be brilliant, that. And if you don't believe in the alien invasion, you're a mad tinfoil hat wearing conspiracy theorist. Bring on the fake alien invasion, come on. But in the meantime, we've got all sorts of other shit going on. We've got the World War III narrative being uttered out. UK's on an emergency wartime footing, said Britain must be prepared for war on UK territory. It didn't contextualise or specify in what form that would take, whether it's going to be a Russian invasion, whether it's going to be Iranian missiles, which I very much doubt they have that kind of long-range capacity, but they might have, who knows. Whether it's internal strife, whether it's civil unrest, whether it's the boatmen, they're all here in their hotels, young men in their prime, between 18 to 35 years old, young single men all doing nothing in the hotels, getting full facilities paid for. Whether they're going to get triggered or not, I don't know. Big race riots engineered by the tiny hat deep state, of course. Who knows what's going to happen? But they said Britain needs to be prepared for war, and they're going to increase in the taxes. It's currently it's 3% of taxes go towards defence spending. It's going to be raised to 5%. There's a big mutiny going on in the Labour Party now. Kier Starmer is not even being the Prime Minister for a year. Looks like he might have to step down. He's the worst Prime Minister ever. We don't really have to get into great details, but he did a massive welfare cut thing. He's done a massive welfare cut. And the Labour are up in arms because Labour's all about benefits, right? It's a working class welfare state and all that. That's what Labour supposed to stand for, and it's going completely against those principles. And apparently the Tory party are backing the Labour on that as well. They're supporting Kier Stalin's and the top minister's decision to do that. Take away the benefits from people that need it, but keep on giving it to the boatmen in the hotels. Keep on sending it to Ukraine and other places abroad, so-called foreign aid. Increase military spending. Yeah, it sounds like a good plan. Loads of middle-class rich people are leaving the country. There's a big exodus of rich people leaving the country now, taking the business with them. So all that money and revenue that they're generating is no longer being generated here in the UK. And then the taxes that they pay is going to be pushed onto the working class people. We, the workers, we are going to have to foot the bill for all the rich people that no longer pay taxes here because they've gone to Monaco, Dubai, or anywhere else for that matter, or America even. So that's going on. The influx of boat people's continuing, and money's been lavishly spent on them. I've gone into detail about that before. We don't need to talk about that in too much detail, but we know what's going on. So yeah, basically, Kier Stalin, who is a World Economic Forum puppet, who is a Davos man, who is a wooden top with no brain, an NPC. He's been initiated by Jimmy Savile when he was a young lad into the ways of the dark occult, who also protected Jimmy Savile during when he was under investigation, not long before he died. Is now being pressurised, the worst Prime Minister ever. Backbench rebellion. There could be a new general election. Now, if there's a general election now, there's talk of it, there's no decisions been made yet. If there's a new general election now, then our Nigel's going to get in. Reform Party is really, really popular now, you know. He's saying all the right things, appeasing, you know, he's Britain's answer to Trump, and he's a Britain's version of Trump. He's saying all the stuff that the Brits want to hear, the common Brit wants to hear. You know, send the boatmen back, stop him, you know, unrestricted immigration and all that kind of stuff. He's like old school Tory boy, you know, old school Tory boy. But he's for the people, of course. You know what they're like though? They all tell it to a good game, don't they? Until they get into power, then they just switch it all around. And I mean, are they going to do anything about the chemtrails? Yeah. Is anything going to be done about it? No one's talking about that, are they? So, which is what that rally was about on Saturday. Just look up, you can see what's going on. So Britain's at war footing, right? Preparing for war. What kind of war is it going to be? But we are under war anyway. We are being attacked all the time. We're being psychologically attacked. The scamdemic was proof of that. 2 years of total skull fuckery, and persuading people to take an injection, which they had no idea about, to protect them against the common cold. People are dying, people are maimed from said injection, and that's a war. That's war in itself. Warfare via psychological attack, followed by medical intervention attack, coerced and coaxed from saying from Krispy Kreme donuts, we'll give you free donuts for every vaccine you have. And in New York, they were telling you they'll give you free burgers and fries. And I think certain pubs have said they give you a free pint for it if you get a vaccination. Like children, you know, like so infantile. From that to, if you don't get a jab, you don't get a job. No jab, no job. No jab, no job. They did that with all the care workers in the so-called care homes, elderly residences. They did that with them, and they've tried to do it with the nurses. Ironically, the nurses were giving the lethal injection to people, but they themselves didn't want to take it. That's a bit hypocritical, that, isn't it? So I was actually there at Downing Street in January 2022, when it looked like everything, civil unrest was about to kick off big time. Loads, hundreds of riot police, fully tooled up and armoured up. Loads of armed cops at the end of Downing Street behind the gate, and a bunch of nurses went there and threw the uniforms ceremoniously, ritualistically at the gates of number 10. Because they were supposed to have the jab by March 2022. It was brought forward from November 2021, but because of mass non-compliance from their part. So in one sense, yes, they're heroes for not doing it, but two, they're not really heroes because they were giving it. So yeah, we're all right giving it out so we can keep our jobs and our pensions, but when it comes to taking it ourselves, no, we'll draw the line there. That's interesting, isn't it? But there's still nobody's been held accountable yet. Doctors remain baffled. You continuously hear doctors remaining baffled at sudden death, turbo cancer, myocarditis, pericarditis, all these medical conditions we'd never heard of before until they pulled out the mass injection. Anyway, I think that should do for now. That's today's little rant over with. But yeah, UK on war footing. What kind of war is it? But we're already at war, we're already being attacked. Chemtrails, we can't do anything about that right now. We're breathing that shit in. At least we've avoided the ejections, but this shit we can't avoid. That's going to come down at some point with the rain. And the psychological attack. 95% of warfare is done via psychology. They've got big, massive institutes. They've got the SAGE, you've got the Bayville Institute team, you've got Tavistock, BBC are connected to all that shit, the MI5, BBC being a branch of MI5, being part of Tavistock, social engineering, fucking with people's brains, programming people through the television programming machine, telling lies to your vision. And on that note, peace and bless.